Imagine waking up to find your entire fortune gone overnight. In 1929, that nightmare became real for millions. This is the day America's unstoppable dream came crashing down. But how did it happen? Before we dive in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The 1920s were roaring, a decade of jazz, wealth, and endless confidence. Cities grew, fortunes were made, and people believed prosperity would never end. Lavish parties filled grand halls. Champagne flowed, jazz bands played, and the future seemed untouchable. But beneath the glittering lights, something dangerous was building. The stock market became a national obsession. Ordinary people poured their savings into Wall Street, certain they could strike it rich too. Newspapers called it the new era of wealth. Stock prices soared daily, and everyone wanted a piece of the action. Banks made it easy, offering loans so anyone could invest. People borrowed money, betting on the market to keep rising forever. This was called buying on margin. Investors paid only 10% up front, the rest was borrowed. As long as prices climbed, everyone looked like a genius. Factories boomed, radios sold by the millions, and cars filled the streets. America looked unstoppable. The modern world had arrived. The media cheered it on. Headlines promised endless growth, and the public believed every word. But beneath the optimism, wages stagnated while production soared. People were buying on credit, spending money they didn't really have. Debt crept into every home. Families juggled payments for cars, homes, and stocks, hoping the next paycheck would fix everything. By mid-1929, stock prices no longer reflected reality. The market was built on speculation, not strength, and the bubble was ready to burst. Dark clouds gathered over Wall Street. Confidence began to crack, and fear slowly replaced excitement. In early September, the market slipped. Investors brushed it off. After all, stocks always came back until they didn't. Radio experts calmed the nation. There's nothing to worry about, they said. But the calm was only the quiet before the storm. A date that would live in financial infamy. It started like any other morning, until the first wave of panic hit. As the market opened, prices began to plummet. Panic spread across the trading floor. Phones rang non-stop, everyone trying to sell at once. Traders shouted, tickers jammed, papers flew through the air. The chaos was uncontrollable. Billions of dollars vanished in hours. Bankers rushed to stop the fall. In secret meetings, they poured millions into the market, hoping to restore confidence. It worked for a moment. Prices rebounded slightly, and smiles returned. But deep down, everyone knew this wasn't over. Monday, October 28th. The panic returned, stronger this time. Stocks plunged again, faster and harder than before. The ticker machine couldn't keep up. It fell hours behind, while fortunes disappeared in real time. No one knew how bad it really was. On the trading floor, chaos turned to despair. Men shouted, some wept, others simply froze in disbelief. The market was in free fall. Then came Black Tuesday, October 29th, 1929. The worst single day in Wall Street history. Over 16 million shares were traded in blind panic. By the closing bell, the dream was dead. The great American boom had turned into a nightmare. Newspapers screamed the next morning. Wall Street in panic. Confidence was gone. Fear ruled everything. Investors left offices carrying empty boxes. Once wealthy men walked home, knowing everything they owned had vanished. Silence replaced the noise of the trading floor. The Roaring Twenties had ended, not with a cheer, but with a whisper. Banks failed by the hundreds. With no cash left, they locked their doors. People lost not just their investments, but their savings, their homes, their hope. Soup kitchens appeared on street corners. Men and women waited in lines for bread and coffee, their dreams gone cold. Families gathered around empty tables. Children asked when dinner was coming. There was no answer. The once bustling cities fell quiet. Shops closed, factories shuttered, and a deep sadness hung in the air. It took new leadership to face the storm. Franklin Roosevelt promised hope and a new deal for the American people. But recovery was slow. Each year, millions still searched for work as faith in the system crumbled. Children sold apples on the streets just to survive. The price of the crash was no longer measured in dollars, but in human struggle. Homeless communities called Hoovervilles rose from scrap metal and cardboard. America was broken, yet still breathing. Even farmers suffered. They burned their crops, unable to sell them for even a penny. The land itself seemed to mourn. Desperate citizens marched in protest. Banners read, "We want work." The streets echoed with anger and pain. Then came Roosevelt's fireside chats. Through the radio, his calm voice gave people something they hadn't felt in years: hope. The New Deal began. New laws, new jobs, new beginnings. For the first time, government stepped in to rebuild trust. Bridges, dams, and roads rose from the dust. Men went back to work. The nation began to heal. Women joined offices and factories. The economy slowly stirred back to life. By the late 1930s, Wall Street buzzed again. Confidence returned, but the scars of 1929 never truly faded. It took World War II to finally end the Great Depression. Factories roared back to life, and America rose stronger than ever. The crash taught the world a painful lesson, that unchecked greed can destroy even the mightiest nations. Today, Wall Street glitters again, but every boom carries a whisper of 1929, a reminder of how fragile wealth can be. The faces have changed, the tools are digital, but the emotions remain the same: greed, fear, and hope. History doesn't repeat exactly, but when markets rise too fast, we can almost hear 1929 calling again. The crash wasn't just about money. It was about trust, dreams, and how quickly both can vanish. From the ashes of panic rose lessons that still shape our world today. If this story moved you, remember, history warns those who forget. Like, share, and subscribe for more stories that change the world.